by myself anyway, because if no one joins us, we're just going to talk to each other and pull cards. That's what we're going to do. We'll just hang out, right? Is what we'll do. So we're going to pull some oracle cards. We're going to do some psychic readings. That is our plan. That is our intention to serve you guys today. As you come in, if you've got a question, write it. If you've got, I just want a card, let us know. We're going to go based off what happens in the chat. So I couldn't decide today what cards I want to use. So obviously that's an indicator of what's going to happen. I've got about 7 packs. How about you, Pauline?
I've got the Oracle Wisdom cards, which I love.
Same. Where are mine? Oh, there. I'm like, oh, they're here somewhere. Where are they? I was like, yeah, I got them. So, do you love cards?
I am getting quite used to working with cards. I haven't done as much as what I'd like to, but over the last couple of months, I found that they have been quite a useful tool just to give you that little extra layer to what you're receiving. I found them quite beneficial, yes.
Yeah, they're really good. They're great if you're starting. So if you're someone that's kind of starting out, they're really good because it's like built-in symbols. So you don't have to have your own symbol reference. You can kind of use the cards as a jumping off point. And you've got the book too, because most cards come with a book. So you've got that book that is the energy that the author was putting into the cards when they were creating them. So it's kind of cool for when we're starting out.
Absolutely.
Which leads me to a question. So, and I've got Pauline here because we've known each other for quite some time, and I want you to meet her because she's awesome. And I only hang out with awesome. So she's awesome. I remember when we first met, so I can't remember the time frame, but I can remember where we were and what we were doing. And we were in a class together. We don't live that far away from each other, and we were in a local class together. And we did an exercise together, which was kind of cool. And then that was our day, and off we went. And that's how we knew each other. And we went on our journey. And then later on, you popped back into my life, like years and years later. And then you've been in my life ever since.
Moving forward, always.
Yeah. So we found each other in this space. And that's kind of, I think, kind of cool. And for people to realize is that you can sometimes find your friends in this kind of space. It can feel really lonely sometimes because it is a journey that can often be lonely, but you just never know where your next friend is, and you want to hope that they align. And
Absolutely.
We found each other in something that is important to us here, and then we've connected on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just want to say hi, and then I want to ask you another question. So we've got hi, Wendy. Hi, Gab. Hi, Ella. Hi, Rita. Hi, Maxine. Naomi, Jane, and Miriam, and Gloria. Awesome. I'm glad we didn't end up talking to ourselves, even though we would have had a good time. Oh, hi, Jess. So, Pauline, so everyone else can get to know you before we kind of get really into this, I'd love for you to share as much as you want on, how you ended up finding yourself here doing this, learning about spirit and how to work with them.
Okay, so I'm no different to anybody else, and a step up from that, if you want to call it a step up, my childhood, which also is a very common way that people find themselves in this, what I call a sacred space, not in a religious way, but a sacred space to yourself, to your soul, to who you are. As a child, my upbringing was very, very strict, and there were quite a few episodes of me feeling not being seen, worthless, to be seen and not heard. You are worth nothing, which I think is the old school way of parenting, and that sort of stayed with me throughout the years. And there's been many years. I'm not no spring chicken, but along the way, I do have to say I never, ever, ever, through any challenges, felt alone. And that in itself raised this curiosity within me. What is this? Am I talking to myself? What are these things that are coming to my mind, my knowing, my feelings, um, which enhanced intuition in many ways, not just when meeting people or walking into a room, or in many ways within my own soul. And I firmly believe that now that I know, I firmly believe that it was my soul speaking to me to get me where I needed to be, to
Yep.
know who I am. Because I got to a point where I would, it was everybody else's life and existence that mattered, and it made me forget who I am, which leads to all sorts of, open doors to some good, some bad. And I wanted to ground that, and I wanted to hone into it. And I have to say, I was searching and searching for quite a long time. And even when you mentioned the fact that we saw each other in a class, that connection with you, it was brief, but I felt a solid connection. Um, and I'm not just saying that, I'm getting goosebumps when I say it. Um, who was to know that, what, 8, 9 years later?
Oh, yes, a while ago.
Yeah, um, here we are again. Whereas you're my teacher and I'm the learner, or the student. Um, and I was at a point in my life, as I say in my blog, I had a profound loss, and I needed to know where that person was. Um, and through our friend Google, there was a lot. And then I saw you, Bronwyn Jane, Psychic Mediumship College. And it was, I didn't even hesitate, I clicked. It was just instant, and I clicked. And here I am. I've learned so much through your college, Bronwyn. And I kind of break it up into two main things, and that is awareness of the why and the self, through connections, not just with spirit, although that is so profound, and that has helped, um, but through connections with other people as well. Um, and, things that occurred, the challenges that occurred. And it's not just in my life. A lot of people, everyone has challenges. Um, Good ones, bad ones, not so, not, light ones, heavy ones. Um, but it instilled in me the pain that some people can feel
Yeah.
through different situations. And just quickly, because I know you want to be able to move on, all of this week I've been kind of preparing for this, and I did write something down that Robin Williams um, had said, and it was a quote by him. The saddest people always try their best to make people happy because they know what it feels like to feel absolutely worthless, and they don't want anyone else to feel like that. And that
And I'm just going to say, like, as you say that, I get my soul resonance indicator, which is a whole kind of vibration that goes through my body.
yeah, because that is
Yeah.
so real. And if more of us had that kind of understanding, we'd be living in heaven on this earth. That's how I feel. And through your college, Psychic Mediumship College, Bronwyn, I have found that. Um, so I'm really happy with that.
I'm really happy with that, that it did that. You, what I love about you, Pauline, is how heart centered you are, how you want to come from always the best place in everything that you do. You always are like trying to do your best. That is always how you show up. And I think that
Thank
is
you.
amazing. And I wanted to just honor that because you always are doing that. The level of kindness that you have and that trying to support people is just phenomenal.
Thank you.
And it does need to be honored. It really does, because it's important. And if you're going to connect with someone in a spiritual space or have a reading or anything like that, that's what you want as a client. You want someone that's
Absolutely.
going to be like that. Uh,
Absolutely.
Really do. So I just want to say hi to Pen and Yvette and Sarah, Kelly. I just want to make sure I haven't missed anyone because I think we might have, but I think we're. Oh, Tony, hi. How are you going? Jessica, Liz, Melissa, Julie, Rach. Hi. Thanks for coming and joining us. We're going to do some cards. I will let you know two things, right? So there's just in case. We're both in a very similar location. We're not far from each other. And there's a massive storm going through us. So fingers crossed, nothing crazy happens and we both stay online. So that's our goal. So we all need to manifest that, all right, for us so we can be here and do that. The other thing is, if sometimes my computer is crazy, not just me, the computer is crazy. And if you see Pauline doing weird hand signals at me, it's because my computer's gone crazy. So that just to let you know what we're doing. So I'm going to say to everyone, keep an eye on the chat because Pauline is offering readings, and she's offering readings with a 30% discount. And so links on how to book those, she's got a Calendly link, and you can book them through her Facebook page, are going to be plonked in here by the amazing Chanel for us, so we can do that. But I want to kind of pull a card and get kind of things started. So if you want a card, definitely let us know. If you've got a psychic question or something like that, also let us know. Okay, so let me kind of see who. Hi, Jeanette. Hi. Hi, Caddy. Hi. All right, so just want to. All right. I'm going to Michelle. So that's who I am going to. So I just want to see. So this is guidance for you. Thanks. Just so you know, I say thanks to the air. Anyone that's watched me normally will know that I say thanks to the air, but that's what I'm saying thanks to. Uh, Michelle, this is all about for you the opportunity to take a risk. So if we normally hold ourselves back and we don't do that, we've got really nice energy of stepping in and taking a risk, knowing deep within you that that is going to work out okay. They're also saying, you must second guess or need to get a double check, because they're saying spirit. So I know that this must come up for you too, but it is a great time for taking a risk. And that may be even in regards to us, where something's going to ask for help or lift you up in that type of way. So it is about taking a risk, but it's a risk that is supported. So it's not a risk that's not supported. I'm also aware too that thank you, anyone that would be like someone that you would trust their advice, a mentor, some kind of guidance in that space, will also help you feel comfortable around this moving forward in there. There's also a time period. So if you're wondering like when something's going to kick in, I'm hearing 6 weeks. So I know that means to me somewhere between 1 month and 2 in that gauge. This moving forward really kicks in. But don't feel that you have to go alone, because I am getting a lot of support around this for you. So that's for Michelle. All right. Pauline, if you feel drawn to anyone, by all means, just do that. If not,
Yeah. I'd actually like to do a reading for Chanel.
Sure.
I had the pleasure of meeting Chanel for the very first time yesterday, quite briefly. And while I was interacting with her, I felt this. It was almost like a baby, soft, angelic soul within you, Chanel. People appreciate that. I want you to know that people appreciate that. And you are on a road to really finding your soulmate. Simply because of the way you are and who you are. All I'm getting is just this love, this love that oozes out of you for anyone that you meet. I do feel though that you need to not curb it, but be selective, a little bit more selective, possibly than what you are, because they might take a lot of your energy. And moving forward, what I see for you within the next 6 to 12 months is there's going to be a lot of change for the positive for you. And you need to have that time for yourself to ground and really find out what you're looking for, like in the crunch. Not You've got a broad sense of what you want, but I feel that they're telling me that you need to hone in on a speciality, and you will do that, but you need to love the self more and give yourself that time. I hope that resonates.
Thanks. Awesome. As we're doing the readings, if things make sense or you just want to show Pauline gratitude, by all means, let us know. Sometimes when we're doing these, we're like, oh, did that land or not? Did it make sense? So it's really nice to kind of get that feedback to know that for sure. So I'm going to Jeanette. So this is for Jeanette, Gentle Ralph. Thanks. Thank you. I just want to see how that fits. I am getting it. Thanks, Jeanette. I hear the word delegate. So what I'm being made aware of, thank you, the need to do that a little bit more. That does feel like it is happening, but they're encouraging you to do it a lot more to be able to free up some space so you've got time for you. So that's really important because at least they want to bring a little bit more self-care into your world. They're also saying humor and fun and lifting the vibration that way. So think about the things that you really, really enjoy and spend some time. It's almost like I want to write it on a calendar. So it's almost like we've really got to schedule that in there for you. So do that. It is about shifting the energy for you too. And this, even when you think about this, how this is applied in life, because this is quite general, I'm like, where does this fit in her life? Think about where this sits in your intimate relationships, those that are really close to you. That space is like, how do I bring more joy in there? How do I make that more fun? And even what do I need to delegate so I can have some more space to be able to dedicate it to self-love, love of an intimate partner, this type of thing. Thanks. They're also making me aware that flexibility is something that we need to be a little bit more flexible. So if we've got a relationship, and I'm not saying the one that we just talked about, this was like something else. So if we've got a relationship with siblings or extended family in that space that needs a little bit of focus, because I'm being made aware of needing to focus on it, to do that with a more flexible viewpoint to navigate through whatever we need to navigate through to make those relationships a little bit easier in the communication space, and even just kind of being around each other and getting to connect that way. Thanks. Someone just shared a happy birthday. So I don't know who's got a birthday, whether it be today, someone that is on here, or around you, Jeanette, but someone has just yelled out happy birthday. And I'm just hearing mum. So I don't know if it's mum's birthday or mum is yelling it out, but I am getting there is a connection in there that's just coming in nice and loud. So yeah. So that is for you, Jeanette, in that space. And like someone else is saying, hey, it's my birthday, and it's mum, or it's mum's birthday, because it is all coming in crashing together. Yeah. So, all right. Pauline, whenever you want to go.
Okay. I'm actually quite drawn to Ilana C. And I have a message for Ilana. One, that she is quite grounded and very dedicated to her work. And she is in the work of helping others, and she does do that quite well. And she does it from the heart, which is wonderful. But I do want to ask her to possibly, what's the word? Just have a think about slowing down just a little bit. I see you rush, not physically but mentally. And I think you need to bring yourself into a situation where you have more time for yourself, physically and mentally. You're trying to do so many things at once, and your heart is only pushing you towards one direction. And I would suggest that you continue to listen to that, but do it in a way that it's not going to overpower you in other areas of your life. You will get to where you want to be. I believe that you're more than halfway there already. You know where you want to be, and this is a public forum, so I won't say what that is. Just sit back and be grateful, because you do have a beautiful gift that you share with others, and this, I feel, is your purpose, and I feel that you know that, and you don't have to work so hard to bring that to fruition. I hope that resonates.
Awesome. Thanks for doing that. Sue, just to answer your question, is this a regular thing? Well, it's not spontaneous. Is it regular? Oh, not as regular as it should be. I do aim to do readings every 2 weeks on here. Do I hit that target? No. It's more like monthly, but it is something that happens for sure. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Jeanette, for the verification that you're putting up there. I am seeing it, so I appreciate that. So hi, Linda. Hi, Elaine. So yeah. All right. So let's kind of see. Okay. So this. Okay. So this is for Tony. See thanks. I'll just show you, it's a butterfly card on there. It's got some nice big bright colors, and it's all about truth. So this is when I'm like, okay, how does this relate to Tony, which is what I'm asking my team. They're making me aware, thank you, of no matter what is going on, or even how you feel sometimes, because it kind of feels like sometimes we've got no energy to be bright, shiny, and to be all that you are. It's like, call on your team, because it's actually almost bring down the energy from above to give you the energy that you need when you don't have it. You want to be sometimes all that you are. So you want to I want to be loving, I want to be kind, I want to be able to help, but there's almost like the tank's empty. And so therefore it's really hard for you to do that. And so in those moments, it's about not using your energy to do that, but about getting it from the higher source and bringing that into, so you're transferring that energy rather than giving yours. So you can still be what you want to be, and you still want to, hold that essence and help it and do all the things that you want to do on those days that you don't feel like you've got anything left in your tank. Because I'm aware that sometimes your tank, thanks, they just said, feels empty, and you just kind of bounce along the bottom, like a little pebble kind of bouncing along the ground, but you still want to give more, you still want to show up more, but it's really hard. So use source's energy to do that, is what I'm being made aware of. All righty, okay. So let me just, all right. Just want to see. I'm seeing that. I'm like, I can just see that Pauline's asking about, is she traveling or moving? It's really funny. Well, not funny, but it's got choose a new direction. It's like we're talking about moving. So let me just see what else is coming up there. Thanks. Oh, all right. And in that moving, because I'm like, oh, we got new connections also coming up in that space. So I just want to get some more things. Thanks. Okay. If we've got a time frame around that, or we've got a time frame in our mind, it does feel like it's going to be pushed back a little bit, but not too far. And even maybe consider, if you're thinking, I've got my heart really set on this particular location, that actually moving it. So I know that says to me, we need to consider a wider scope for you in that. Thanks. And when I ask exactly about moving, that the date, it does feel like it's next year rather than sooner than that. So the move feels around that. I'm asking about travel, but nothing has come up as yet. Thanks. Oh, okay. So why isn't she traveling? There's no reason why she's not traveling. Okay, thanks. When I asked for clarity on that, it's like, why do you say there's no reason why she's not traveling? They're making me aware that we have a block, or we think that we can't afford it. It's a financial reason why there is a delay, or we think that we can't do it, but it actually isn't. It's more about a planning or to revisit what that looks like, to change even where you think that you might want to go. And that will unlock that opportunity. Thank you. So that's for Pauline Mark.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
It's all your rain on your end.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear your rain on my end.
Oh, wow.
All right.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I can hear. I've just got something for just because for Linda Hughes. Thanks. They said patience, and I just want thanks. Patience is almost like I'm saying patience. That's a challenge sometimes. So where we need things to occur in a certain time for you, thank you. They said the word patience. Like, how does that relate to her? They said to me then that it's not a comfortable space for her to wait, because she feels like she's always waiting. She's always told that she has to wait. There's a frustration that sits there. Thank you. So I just want to understand, it's to tie with your purpose. So whatever would be your purpose, and you're like, this is not happening how I wanted to. It's going a little bit slow. It's not actualizing how I would hope. There's some pieces that are missing, or so if it's something that would require training, that could be it, because it feels like that type of thing. Everything is not in place yet. And so if you've got kind of delays aligned to what would be purpose or feel like purpose, all the pieces of the puzzle are not here yet. Thanks. Okay, but they are coming. Yeah, so I just want to say that. They said they are coming. They showed me a couple of months. They're taking me to the end of October. Yeah. So by the end of October, that you're going to know where you're going with your purpose. It does feel like it's a little bit different to what you have in your mind today, because they're showing me just a tiny little course correction to get you where you are, or to get you more aligned to where you should be. Oh, that's good, Pauline. Then it makes sense. Tiny little. Okay. Pauline, do you want to pull a card?
Yeah. There is a Jess M, or Jessica M, that I feel quite drawn to. Let me just pull it out. Chaos and conflict is what you're feeling at the moment, Jess. I do feel that there are a few situations around you, and you just don't know which one to pay attention to more, because they're all relevant to you and your environment at the moment. I do feel that some of this is by association of what's happening around you, and rest assured that is not going to have any effect on you or what is happening in your own personal life. You do have some decisions that you need to make, and that's more so within your personal life, and your heart is not matching. Your mind and your heart are not working together. You need to achieve this, and you need to get to a point where you feel that you've made a decision where nothing else is needling you, and that is when you know and you can feel that this is the right way to go. I also feel that you're worried around health. I don't feel that there is any major problems around health, and I need you need to just cut any of those concerns out. Either go to see a doctor, or just even for a checkup, and I feel that your mind will be put to rest with that. Just keep going the way you want to go for yourself, and I feel that you're spreading yourself out, um, meeting the needs of others. And right now, you just need to meet the needs of the people that you consider are the closest to you, and where you can show the most love. You can, and that will help you, and it will help them. And I hope that's made sense.
Thanks, Jan. If it makes sense, please let Pauline know. That would be awesome. Elizabeth asked about her job, and I pulled this card. So that card is all about time to go. So it does feel like in that space that we do have an ending coming up because you put a time frame on that, and it does feel like that. That even though I'm getting headaches, it doesn't feel comfortable. There's a hesitation around that, or we're not talking about it, or someone's not talking about it, because there is a hesitation with that verbal communication. It doesn't feel bad because I keep getting new beginnings. And sometimes we know that we need a new beginning, but we hold ourselves back and we don't kind of step towards this. And this is that momentum to push you into the direction that you need to go. So I'm being made aware that there is a change coming for you, Elizabeth, around work. And it's that little nudge that the universe is giving to get you there, to get you where you need to be. So it is good, even though it doesn't feel necessarily like where you're super excited about it. Yeah, but it does feel good to me.
Would that have been Elizabeth W?
She asked about a job. Let me go back and see if it had W on it. Why, do you know that person?
That is my sister.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. And I have to say you were spot on.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
I can kind of find it now. But yeah.
I think that's the only Elizabeth there, actually.
Okay, yeah.
I'm glad you did the reading, because it wouldn't have been right for me to do the reading.
So if you love Pauline as much as me and you want to connect with her in a reading space, this is all about getting to know her and feeling her energy and seeing how heart-based that she is, so you can lean into that. She's offering readings with 30% off. So if you even want to have a connection in regards to Father's Day, whether you want to connect to Dad, or you are a dad, you know a dad, once you met a dad, any connection to a dad, by all means do that and spend some time with her. You will not regret it at all. The other thing that I wanted to say, while you just kind of get yourself organised, Pauline, is that if you've got nothing to do on Monday at 7:00 at night, you're just kind of hanging around idle. I don't even know what's on television at that time. I am doing a free webinar about psychic and mediumship, so to know the difference, how to be able to spot the difference, how to be able to feel into the different energy. And I would love anyone that feels drawn to kind of hang out with me for an hour and a half to do so. I do this kind of thing every couple of months. It's an educational thing. We always have little giveaways and things like that in it. So if that is something you think, sounds like I might want to do that, by all means, you need to kind of go onto my website and get the Zoom link by putting your name down. So you'll need to do that so I can send you a Zoom link so you can join us. But, thanks. Chanel's put that in there for you, and so have I. So if you want to kind of come and hang out, do that. They're always a lot of fun. If it's not fun, I'm not turning up. Really, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, if it's really not fun, I'm not coming, even if I'm the host. So it will be fun as we kind of dive into energy and the difference between psychic and mediumship. Because I find, too, sometimes people have no idea what the difference is at all. I'm really surprised by that. That people don't know, particularly when they are my peers, because this is my experience about 12 months ago. I was with a whole heap of people that should have known the difference, and they were debating what the difference was. And I'm like, what, guys? We're supposed to be teaching this in 12 hours. Get yourself sorted. So it's something that we do need to clarify. sometimes. So, all right, Pauline.
Okay. I have actually been, I can't see all the questions here, so, but I have seen a question from Gabriella saying she would love a card. So I'd love to dedicate this to you, this time to you. What I am being told that your life is quite organized, even though you think it's a total circus. It really isn't, because you do keep an orderly fashion within the circus, if you know what I mean. However, I do feel that there is going to be a big surprise for you, and I feel it's got something to do with the number 2. It's not 2 weeks, it's a little bit further than that. I would say it's possibly around the 2-month mark. It is going to be something that's going to blow your mind, because you totally didn't expect it. But the outcome of this will be absolutely enormous, in such a wonderful way to your family life, and everything else that surrounds you, your work, whichever part of your work you would like to progress with, you will still be able to do that, because I see a lot of progression in a part of what you do. But I see a really, really happy 12 months for you, Gabriella, and keep that beautiful smile engaging.
It's funny. As you're doing that, it's like, oh, I'm hearing some things about that too, Gabriella.
Yes.
Woo, woohoo, Gabriella. Whoa. So as Pauline was sharing that for Gabriella, I was pulling a card for Kelly T. So this card, and it is all about Kelly noticing the signs that are coming, are here, heaven sent. So I know that, and these are, sometimes they're going to be really basic signs, those feathers and things like that dropping into your awareness. They actually take me down, like looking on the ground. So I know that some of it will be on the ground where you're noticing and picking it up. And to remind you that sometimes you don't know that if you're on the right path, are you making the right decisions, this type of thing. So look at when you see those and what you were thinking about just before it happened, because they are your yes. They are coming into your world. And it's coming from a male too. So there is a male in spirit that is sending you this guidance to help you. You're not sure if you're heading the right way or you're making the right decisions. It's coming from there. So that was for Kelly T. So yeah. All right. I just want to say this came up quite a while ago, and I don't know if Luna, I can't remember what her last name was, but she asked about career. I keep hearing go, but it actually feels more like change to me rather than go. So I know that there is a decision to be made about how we're going to pivot or a change in direction. This is what's coming up, and it's a really strong pull to go in there. Just make sure that you consider everything, because they're making me aware of checking everything in the peripheral. So that says to me, consider everything that's around. There's a few things that are not fully in your awareness yet. So it is like almost like check your blind spots as you're kind of making your pivot and making your change around there. There is an educational aspect to it, or an additional bit of learning in there too. Or you've just completed it, because I actually hear complete, so that also comes up. Chanel, we are not pulling a card for your cat. And I will only say that to Chanel because she will know that will drive me crazy. Anyone else, I'll pull a card for your cat. So, yeah. Pauline, if you want to, if you're drawn to someone, by all means.
Yeah. Actually, Sarah G. I do feel a connection for you, to you, towards you. Okay, so, and I've written it down. Sarah, I feel that you feel like you're going around and around in a whirlpool, like as if I actually got the image of you being in a pool with the water twirling around, and you just don't know how to calm it down and which direction to take to get out of this, whatever the situation is or the situations that are around you at the moment. I do feel that the situations are in different sectors of your life, career, work, lack of or wanting to change. I think you need to really stop and make a decision on that. And I'm being told, don't worry about what you're used to. And that will allow you to think clearly on the result that you want on that level. I do feel that you also are struggling to be there for everyone. Keep everything moving the way you used to be able to keep things moving. I think you need to really go within yourself and prioritize, and you'll be amazed at the changes that I can see once you've done that. But you need to hone in and prioritize which one of these, because you have a few areas that need attention. Prioritize and take action. And you'll find a huge change, and you'll be very, very happy with the results. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
So I've got, let me just see where I was. Okay. So I have one here for Marcia Gibbs. The door that brings you the most joy is the door that you need to go through, not the door that feels that is the most logical for you. So it's the one that is actually going to light you up. You always do the logical things. So it is about following your heart and doing that rather than your head, as you always follow your head and then later on you kick yourself. So it's a do what you desire, not what other people want you to desire. And that's because it also ties in regards to relationships or how the relationships are impacting this decision. Thanks, Sarah, for acknowledging Pauline. That's really, really nice.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Okay. All right. I'm just going to go again, Pauline. Sorry, you're just going to have to push in for a sec.
You go.
You tell me when you feel the one that you're drawn to.
Yep.
So this is for Nadine. I think where else? Yeah. So Nadine, and the surname starting with M. Thanks. If we've got this is all around focusing on love and seeing love, and almost like not focusing on anything that feels negative or where there is a judgment space. So it is about focusing on the love aspect of things that are coming up, to look past any errors. And I'm like, I hear on self. So any kind of judgment that you're even doing on yourself, where you might be beating yourself up, thinking that you're making mistakes, to let go of that. I also hear cleaning the slate. So anywhere where you've got to kind of move forward in that release, repair relationships energy is a really important thing that's coming up, and to really focus on that love energy to help you through any kind of healing that you need to do, or any relationships that need to be healed. It's a really nice energy for you in that space. And taking a lot of notice of where you're seeing hearts, almost like, so if you're walking past a store and something's got a heart on it, because anything with a heart on it for you is really significant. If it's a heart with angel wings, sometimes you see those things. That, I'm going to say, if it's within your scope, take it home, because that is sent to you. Thanks. That is sent to you with love from the spirit world. So it is an important thing. I actually feel like this could even be a container when the one you find it, because it feels like I can take the lid off and put something in it. So it could even be a little trinket box in there. It's got a nice healing energy. It's really special. Yeah. All right, Pauline, are you drawn to someone?
Yep. I actually want to focus my attention on Jenny L. Beautiful Jenny L. Love your persona. You're such a calming effect on, you have such a calming effect on people. I'm sorry, I'm starting to lose my words. But right now, I think what they're telling me that you need is some patience. You've done the work. You've experienced what is there for you to be experienced, and I feel that you need to sit back and just wait for it to happen. Be patient. Be positive, and be grateful for who you are, and that will show up in a very positive way.
I want to answer a couple of questions that I saw on here too. I don't know if anyone's ever been to one of they're called platform or demonstration, and it's a mediumship thing, and people are on stage and there's a whole big crowd. That's what it looks like. And sometimes in those spaces, spirit will come in and the medium will be like, oh, I've got Dad here, and I've got a dad here that's scratching his nose, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. So I've got a dad here, and his name's Paul. John's also significant. Passed with major chest thing, cancer or whatever, and two people's hands go up. Right? And what happens in the spirit world, what they do is, because they know they've got to get a lot of messages to a lot of people in a short period of time. And so there is like a coordination that occurs. So, hey, we've got some things in life that are kind of the same. The message that I want to pass on to my family is kind of the same as the message that you want to pass on to your family. So let's do it together as a team effort. And so what happens is, the medium will connect with one person, talk to one person in particular, but the message resonates with more than one person. And that's how spirit gets multiple messages across to multiple people, even though the medium's only working with one. And so often, and I didn't do it at the start of this, so I'm doing it now, I will say to you, listen to everyone's messages, because within everyone's messages, there could be something that resonates for you. And so I know that that's occurred twice now on here. So if there's like, that message makes sense for me, right? Even though I'm not sure if Bronwyn was talking to me, I knew I was talking to someone's dad, Jessica. So even and be like, that makes sense to me, because that's what they do. So they can serve as many people as fast as they can. They do a almost like a pre-chat collaboration, so they can get things through. So if it lands and it makes sense, it's for you. And Jessica, obviously your dad is here. I was going to say he's obviously here because he's just kind of pushed in and done that. So once again, it's really kind of cool what they do. Now he's giving me this whole vibration over my body. So it is really cool about what they can do. And so if we open our mind and open our awareness that anything is possible, it's amazing what we will experience. It really is. And I say that as a skeptic, which is really interesting, sitting in this chair as that person. So yeah, take the messages that resonate because they're getting them through to as many people as they can. Pauline, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'll go if you're not ready. I'm happy to go.
You can go.
All right. Okay. Let's find it.
Go after you.
All right. I have felt that through. Okay. Yeah, Maxine, that's right. You felt that through the readings, and that is true. So really connect into the energy of it. Okay. So this is okay. So this is for Christy, and I like your Facebook name. It was Christy something. Christy Buzz something or other. Where were you? Buzz Gentle. I keep thinking Buzz Gentle. Is that a bee thing? It's really interesting for me as I kind of connect into your energy, Christy. I'm aware of that heart-centered, and this came out heart chakra card that is significant for you too. Thanks. And it is about really being you're very attuned. You have a really gentle energy, very motherly energy, what they're making me aware of. They're also telling me too that if you don't work with a kind of a light blue color or blue, you should, because that's a really important color for you. They're also making me aware too that you're very protected. So I know that the spirit world protects you in that space, and they're also offering you a lot of guidance. And this, you will hear this because they're making me aware of hearing it coming in those moments that where you're doing something else, because they actually show me almost like when, having a shower or whatever, those types of things. Also, they're telling me that you can receive messages through writing. So allow yourself to kind of sit and just see what drops in and write it out of you and see what kind of messages you get that way. So allow yourself to do that and get because I hear channeled messages, so that's really important for you too. These are really special because they're showing me even folding them up and keeping them and putting them in a really special space. So hopefully that resonates for you. That's what they are encouraging you to do. Yeah.
Very good.
Are you drawn to anyone, Pauline?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. I guess I'm mesmerized listening to you. It just.
Either that or I've hypnotized you with my boredom. I've bored you.
Boredom it is not. Boredom it is definitely not. Okay, Julie MC. Julie, I feel that you are a go by the book person, and right now, and even possibly leading up to this, possibly weeks, maybe a month, there is a situation around you, and I feel that it's around your work, which has thrown this certainty that you would normally otherwise have within yourself, and your truth, which is go by the book. But at the moment, I'm getting chaos and conflict. So there is a situation surrounding you, either through your work or an area where you spend a lot of time, and you're active within this area. So if you don't work, it's something that you do on a regular basis, and you spend quite a bit of your time on it, and it is concerning you, and you are feeling quite separated from the people that's usually around you. Take a step back. They're telling you to take a step back, and you need to take a look at your foundations again, and where your building blocks are. That was the last card that I brought up for you. You probably cannot see it. You need to pay attention on your building blocks, on your foundation. How did you come to be in this situation? And is it right for you to, you need to make a decision. Is it right for you to fix this and rebuild these blocks, or make it less important in your life and move on? I hope that's helped.
Thanks, Pauline.
Yeah.
Chris Buzz Gentle. I'm getting yes in regards to your question about the guitar for sure, and that writing that they were talking about does feel like writing. So you obviously must write songs or write something in that space. In regards to being, moving it, and if they can find you, that it doesn't matter, where we go. And I want to clarify. So it's, if we've got people in spirit, they can find us. And I'm talking to that, not any other thing. So I just want to kind of clarify that that's what I'm being made aware of. The messages that you bring through in song is really important. So I'm aware of the words in that space there. So I just want to clarify. I was drawn to, as you were connecting in there, Pauline, to Pamela and Pamela Moore. And what was coming up for me is about you having more confidence, but having confidence with a real gentleness. So it is about confidence, but awareness of how that confidence is being processed by others. That sometimes people misunderstand you, and that then can cause a few challenges in communication. So it is the confidence that you're being encouraged to kind of lean into where required, but know that sometimes people mishear you. It's like you say one word and they hear something else. So don't take that personally. Just know that it's where they are and how they're processing whatever you're saying. But continue to be really confident in what you do, and know that you're going to outgrow some people, even though they feel like they're either emotionally close or physically close, because it feels like people that we're really close to, but you will be shifting and changing and growing, and that's going to cause them a few little challenges in that space as you kind of grow, and they don't grow at the same space or pace as you. Yeah. So, all right. So we might do one each, and then we'll do a big collective reading, if you like, Pauline.
Okay.
But while she kind of finds the person she's drawn to, I want to just invite everyone to connect with Pauline on her social media. Know that she is offering a discount for anyone that does want a reading. Definitely, do that with her. She's awesome. She's heart-based. You won't regret it at all. We will put her links in again, so just keep an eye on the chat because they will get plonked in there again. So she takes her readings through her Facebook page and a Calendly link, so that's how you can contact Pauline. Jump on her Facebook page and support her. That would be really awesome if you gave her some likes. It's amazing when people support each other's pages. Facebook just kind of then sends it out to the world, right? So it does really help people that are trying to get found or to be able to help and support people. If other people support their page, it does a whole thing in the Facebook world. And if you've got nothing to do on Monday and you want to hang out with me, why? But yeah, sometimes I wonder. You want to come and have some crazy on Monday night at 7:00 and for a free class? Do that for sure, for sure. So Pauline, are you drawn to someone?
Yeah. I'd like to speak to Kate. Kate, she's gone. Kate C. You said you would love a card. I can't see everybody's messages, like as in questions. So
that's okay.
She's just saying she wants a card. Hello, Kate. I am drawn to a decision that you need to make within your career. I feel that you are looking at two different paths, and the time has come when one needs to hang back a little bit. These are both careers that you've created for yourself, so it's not working for anybody else. It is working for yourself, and you're really considering passing one on, or more of one on, to someone else, so that you can have time to flourish in what grabs more of your passion, if you like. I believe that this is going to take quite a bit of time, because I see that you've got two paths in your careers, and one of them you've done for a very, very long time, and the other one is kind of there, but it's not as well known to you as the one that you've spent more time on, which is obvious. I do believe that you will keep both going in one form or another, and I think with the right guidance that you will be able to manage that. Your main concern is what you've built up from a long time ago, and I feel that somebody's going to help you with that, and you're going to choose that person, and they will do a very good job for you, and it'll relieve the mind a little bit of the worries to leave you free for your new path that you feel you should be emerging on. I hope that made sense.
Thanks. Once again, Chris, so I can see your message, and that is exactly what I was feeling. So I want to clarify, because I was sensing that being found question had two parts to it, and so that's why I said to you, spirit world, yes, because I knew that it was the other part, and that was a no. So know that your past, you are okay in regards to that part. But as far as mum being around and connecting in with you, that is happening. But as far as your past, finding you, no. So I was aware that that's what it was. I just kind of didn't want to say it, but now I've confirmed for you. So yeah, just so you're not worried. It's all good. It's all good. All right. So I had, while you were doing that, I was connecting into Yvette, and what was coming up for me, Yvette Wilson, was that we've got some two things. So we've got new people coming into your world. They feel really close. So it could be a partner. It could be close friends. Like it's a confidant, kind of really nice connection. They're going to feel really familiar. You know how sometimes when we meet people, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I've known you forever, but I've known you like 5 minutes. It's that type of connection. So it's one of those ones that's like, where have you been forever? Like, you know them. So it's a really nice heart-based connection that's coming in. So it's a really close relationship. So it could be partner, it could be just a really nice, close, like best friend type of space. The other thing that I'm also getting for you too is that there are lots of universal laws, and they're telling me that there's some universal laws that are coming around you that are going to balance things out. So be really conscious about how you ask for things, what you ask for things, because they're telling me that what you ask for, you're going to get. So make sure that when we ask for them, in a, I'm going to say, really concise way, because it's the thing with the universe. It's like, be careful what you ask for, because you're going to get it. It might just be in a different box. So be really kind of conscious on how you ask, and be really specific, because they're going to give you what you ask for. So think about that too. Thank you. They're also making me aware too that and so anything that feels like karma, balance, things kind of being leveled out, it sits in that space too. So because I hear all your prayers are being answered and everything's kind of getting resolved. So if we've got anything that just kind of feels a bit yuck or a bit like, I wish it was a different way, now is your time to do it, but really concise in how you ask for those, in your prayers, your wishes, your intentions in that space. I'm not stressed now. Oh, okay, that's awesome, Chris. I just wanted to clarify. All right, so let's do, because we wanted to cover off everyone, and it's always really hard to cover off everyone in this, but I always like to make sure that everyone gets something in some kind of way. So we're going to do a multiple card pool, right? Each of us we will contribute to each other's readings. So think of a number of 1 to 3. So what you're kind of feeling that, hey, which one do I feel like resonates with me? And then we're going to both add energy into that reading. But before I do so, just in case anyone is late here, I don't know what you were doing. This was really important. We've been here for an hour. No, just jokes. Pauline. She is awesome. And I am so blessed and honored that she is in my world. She's been in my world for a very long time. She is a heart-based, gentle soul that wants to help people. And if you think that she is the right person for you, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, she is. There is links in the chat where she can be of service for you. She connects with people on Facebook. So, find her Facebook page. We're going to put the links here again. Connect on her Calendly link if you want to book a reading. She's generously discounted them 30%, which is a massive discount, and she's being really generous in that space, because not many people do that. They just don't. And so, I want to honor you in that, because I know some things about you, and I know that doing that kind of offer is a massive thing in it. And so I do want to honor that without sort of saying too much, so that you are a heart-based person. So connect with Pauline, like her page, share her page, support her. The more you support her, the more people she can help. So if you don't need a reading right at this moment, but you think you might have someone that does, or you think that someone might resonate with Pauline, share her page. The more that we support each other and send that ripple of kindness out into the world, that's how we change things, people. That is how and it's up to us, because really no one else is going to do it. So it's up to us. So if you find your guys here, you're our kind of people. From Scotland. Whoa, hi. Hi, Denise. So we're putting a 1, 2, 3 in the chat, and we're going to do the reading. Now, in this space, what I would suggest to you, if you've never kind of been part of this before, is listen to the whole reading. Either the whole reading will resonate or part of it, or even just a couple of words. So there'll be something that resonates. Take what resonates and leave the rest, for sure. So you okay to go, Pauline, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right, I'm not organised.
Thank you.
The pressure. I was hoping Pauline was going to go, yeah, I'm organised, right? No. All right, let me kind of I'm really not organised because I want to give you a couple of cards. So everyone kind of take a nice deep breath in, connect in through your heart. It's almost like here's a mouth, pull your energy in. For those that are drawn to number 1. All right. So my contribution to the reading for those that are drawn to number 1. Thanks. I just want to see where I want to go. All right. So there is a big focus around home. So home, family, this. It also is about acceptance for you. So I'm aware that there is a lot of energy around home. Home is your place. You're finding your home. I finally feel like I'm either found my tribe, found where I want to live. There's a familiarity of like I'm finally landing where I need to be. There is, for some of us, we know where we need to be, we know where we want to be, but it's not quite locked in perfectly yet. So it's like, I know where I need to be, but there's a couple of things that are still in place that is stopping you from getting there, but it is coming up. So I know that that's really important. There's also allow yourself to be really authentic, because this is important for you to get everything that you want to manifest in your life, is to hold that energy of authenticity, to bring in that spark of play. So more joy, more fun, be silly, dance around the house, take your shoes off, and someone's like taking their shirt off and like, woo, right? So we're like, be really silly, to lift your frequency, and be in that fun energy, and a hand over anything that you need to, because I heard trust spirit. So anything that you need to hand over that is outside your scope, you can't kind of resolve it, they're telling me to hand that over to them, and they will do that for you, and trust them, because there's an element of I don't know if they're going to do it. So if that's you, know that they will, but you have to trust them because they trust you. They trust you, and yet you're kind of not sure. And so in that space, it's like, trust us and surrender to us, and we will help you. They want nothing but the best for you, but sometimes you're not sure about that. And that creates that hesitation. It creates why things aren't in flow like they want them to be in flow for you, because you're not fully leaning into what they can do for you. They're exceptionally, someone just said gifted. So someone is not, I've got a spirit here that needs to learn a little bit more humility. So there is this whole, they are capable of a lot. And whilst you are, and you're quite strong and you can do a lot of things for yourself, you don't always have to do everything for yourself. So it is about allowing others to help you, including the spirit world, to lighten your load. So if your bucket feels really full at the moment, hand some of it over. Pauline, what would you like to contribute to those that feel to number 1?
Okay. What you said actually quite resonated with my cards. I've got 3 cards that have
happens all the time.
It does that. It's the connection, the vibes, the energy. Okay, so I've got the card Orphaned, Higher Power, and Truth Be Told. Now, orphan doesn't have to mean that you're a child that's lost parents, or it could be just that something's ended, and the feel of missing that could make you feel or come under the orphaned stigma. But I feel that for the number 1s, there is something changing. So there is an ending and there is a beginning. And the orphaned card to me means at the moment you feel quite alone. And although you know who you need to turn to, especially spirit and your guides, but in the physical world, you're hesitating. And what I'm hearing is, don't hesitate. Move forward, take a step. Don't be too shy to ask for help. The next card was a higher power, which to me, it reinforces there's nothing wrong with asking for help, even in making a decision or taking a turn, which turn you want to take. So, yeah, it is about losing or feeling feeling lost, and coming back to where you're supposed to be. And you just need to do a little bit of work on that in perhaps take away, um, the need to work things out all by yourself. Take a step forward, and the only way you can do that is to engage the help of others and their ideas, take them in and make decisions that way. And the last card that came up with that was truth be told. So you will get your answers through the steps that you take to find the truth within your answer. Does that make sense?
Awesome. So that's for everyone. We've done a combined reading for those that were drawn to number 1. So once again, take a deep breath in if you're drawn to number 2, as we once again start our collective reading for those that are drawn to number 2. So anyone that is drawn to number 2, what's coming up for me is that we've got a lot of opportunities. So we've got really nice energy in regards to opportunities coming up. This is about sharing your light, your gifts, doing that. It also where we can take some shifts and changes. Thanks. So anyone that is in the spiritual space, in the healing space, and I also hear nursing, so any kind of healing space, they're making me aware of this to really allow this to really shine through. You have a really amazing energy. Those amongst us on that picked number 2 that are healers, they're also telling me too that those that are drawn to number 2 really make a difference in people's lives. You don't always know because people don't always tell you that they make a difference. So, but I am aware that you do make a difference, and when people tell you, you're kind of surprised. So you have a high level of humility within you, which is, I'm going to say, a gift within itself. All kinds of new ideas are going to come up, all kinds of inspiration, all kinds of growth and opportunity. So embrace that, because it's a really nice energy for you in that. Be really aware of doing really small, kind gestures. That's going to really help anything that you're trying to manifest or bring into your world, because it's about kind of doing little kind sign gestures to set the tone of the energy that you want around you. You make a massive difference in people's lives, and that is something that you need to be reminded by the spirit world. Life has not always been easy for you. It's been quite hard when you were younger, and some of you have had a really rough patches when you were teenagers and kids, and so with that you really understand pain, and so that is why you show up and you help others, because you understand what it feels like when you feel alone and when no one helps you, and they want to honor you for your energy and what you do for others. Allow yourself to receive, though, because sometimes you're too busy giving and you don't always receive well. Yep. Olga, we are just doing collective readings, just so you know what we're talking about. Sorry, Pauline.
No, that's okay. I was just going to again say that I can relate to some of what you were saying there, and my cards came up as time for a nap, because you do so much. The number 2s do so much for everyone else, and they do need to hang back and again bring in that personal power back and fill the energy buckets within themselves, so that they can keep doing the good that they do. Time for a nap doesn't mean stop, but it does to me feel like they're telling you to slow down a little bit. Allow I cannot say this word, serendipity to take effect, and once you do that, you get like an ocean view of what's happening and what can happen for you, and it will, and it will also lead you to soulmates, which was my last card there for the number 2, and that is a notion of love that will surround you, and the knowing of stability and comfort within yourself and your surroundings.
Awesome. So that was a combined reading for anyone that was drawn to the number 2. So for those that are drawn to number 3, and once again, you could be, I was number 2, but number 3 also makes sense. That's okay. Be greedy. Connecting to all of them. So once again, for those that are drawn to number 3, take a nice big deep breath in as we start into the energy of for the reading for number 3. So a lot of enthusiasm coming up for you. Now, that comes up, it's interesting because it was like, oh, so it does come up around intimate relationships. So there's a lot of enthusiasm around intimate relationships. Also a lot of joy coming up there too. This is about, someone just said fertility. So for some number 2s, even fertility is coming up for you guys as well. Anything that, thanks, long-term commitment that can fit in an emotional space, but it also can fit in a workspace. So there is long-term commitment coming up too. So if you've been worried about, hey, does work look like it's, heading a certain direction, there's a long-term commitment coming up there. And your loyalty to what you put your energy to is also going to pay off. So be really aware that everything that you've been focusing on, everything that you've been putting your energy to is going to pay off for you. And it's going to pay off in a really positive way. But think about where you are stopping yourself from self-actualizing things, where you're holding your back, where there's a little bit of fear, because they're making me aware that there are some cycles that need to be broken. So just be conscious of that and be conscious of the stories that you say to yourself, because I'm hearing low self-esteem. So that says to me that anyone that kind of beats themselves up a little bit or thinks they're not good enough, I'm wanting to shift that, because when we're trying to bring in really beautiful relationships, really beautiful connections, and a lot of positive into our life, the frequency that we hold impacts that. You'll only get the frequency that you match. And so doing frequency work, doing inner work, doing self-care work, looking at anything that triggers any trauma, doing all that type of thing is worth it, because it will elevate and shift your frequency, shift you. And then when you're bringing things into your life, whether it be work, other things, relationships, it'll come in at a higher level. Give yourself grace is what they also said to me too. So I know that is a really important thing, and allow yourself the space that you need, because I'm aware there's a lot of tension. Either that some people are also going to have muscle pain, but there is also tension. So you're holding your body, or there's stress, because the muscles are indicating to me that some of us are quite stressed, and it's being shown up in tight muscles. So get that out of your system, walk, do whatever you need to do to kind of shift that. Thank you. They also said to me too that you, thanks, loved beyond, and someone said beyond the years. So I know loved quite intensely, and that feels uncomfortable. And it feels uncomfortable because you're not used to someone saying that to you. You're not used to receiving that, and they want you to get used to that, because you're worthy of love, and sometimes you don't think that you are.
So beautifully said.
Oh, thanks.
Love it. Okay, so my number 3s, again, a little bit similar, but my way I portray things are a little bit different, I guess. I get the feeling of the number 3s that they've been going round and round and round and round, not being able to catch up with themselves, and they've come to a point where they've come to the edge, and they need to make this change to enhance what's in their life and the people around them as well. I've got the card round and round, come to the edge, go to the sea. Now that to me, and what I'm being shown is this open space that you have available for you to really learn and go within yourself and find out exactly what you're after and what you want and what makes you truly happy. Whatever it is, this is the time for you to go for it. And again, like Bronwyn said, through manifestation and visualizations, and positivity of what you want for yourself, you will achieve it. It will come, because that is what you are attracting. And the last card that come up was imagine, which again, imagine, put your power into your positivity of how you want your life to be, and it will come.
Thanks. Thank you, guys. Thanks for letting us know that the collective readings resonate. I appreciate your feedback. It's a nice energy exchange to get that from you. one last time, I'm going to say, connect with Pauline on her Facebook page. She is awesome. I adore her. You will too. She is all about service. She just wants to help people. She is a beautiful, beautiful soul. Thank you so much, Pauline, for coming and hanging with me, putting up with my
My
crazy.
pleasure.
You are amazing, and I appreciate you so much.
Thank
I
you
hope
so much.
everyone has a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Pauline, what would you like to close with? What do you want to say?
Open your hearts. Open your hearts and you will receive.
We don't need to say anything else. Have an awesome weekend, everyone. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Have a